You know, people keep asking me all the time why I keep recording and putting out these videos on LinkedIn. Why do I talk about these things that founders face? And the real reason is that I use this as an opportunity to share my true thoughts of what I really think. And putting out videos on LinkedIn is considerably more cheaper than hiring a therapist. So you guys are my therapists in essence, because every time I put out something, people reach out to me, they share their thoughts, they share their advice, and it means a lot that I'm able to connect with even one person who responds every time I do something like this. So that's the reason I put. And the other reason is that I speak to hundreds of founders, entrepreneurs of different stages of success, of different stages of their startups. And there are a few themes that resonate with me quite a bit. And that's one of the reasons why I love speaking to founders, because there are so many things that you can connect, so many problems that come up time and time again. And the very fact that you can connect with them just makes you feel more um, it makes you feel less alone rather. So that's one of the reasons. And a theme that keeps coming up time and time again is that when you're a founder or when you're working on something of your own, you feel that unless you are 110% productive, your startup will not succeed. As it stands, the probability of success for startups is 99.9%, or rather, probability of failure is 99%. So then you are caught in a vicious cycle where you just, in some days you don't feel like working, in some days you're not your most creative or productive self, and so because of that you feel bad, and which further results in decreasing your productivity. And so you get into this vicious cycle where some days you don't feel like getting out of bed and it makes you feel worse, and that even when you push yourself to do some things, you eventually end up feeling that the output that you have is not as good that is as it can be. And that is a big problem. Even I face it. There are days where I don't feel like getting out of bed. There are days where I feel a kind of brain fog setting in. And at the same time, there are also days where I feel like I'm on top of the world. I feel like I come up with the most creative, most productive, most amazing ideas out there. An example of idea that has really been good, in my opinion, was the post that I put out about what I would invest in if I had $100,000, and I used the data from Z Analytics to come up with product ideas that I feel are would make amazing investment potential. And that kind of content really connected with a lot of people. A lot of people have said that they really liked it. It's entertaining, it's fascinating, it's really makes you think. But there are days where I don't feel like coming up with any ideas. There are days where you have this inherent block. And speaking to founders, I've realized that it is a very, very common problem, because as founders, as a CEO, as an entrepreneur, you are constantly juggling between connecting to people, reaching out to new people, spreading your influence, working on your product, helping your employees maximize the potential, keeping your current investors happy, keeping your customers happy, making sure the cash situation is solid. There's so many things to do that 24 hours in a day is not enough. And at the same time, you need enough sleep, you need to spend time with your family, you need to be mentally and physically the best that you can be. How is it that all of this is possible? It would be fair to say that founders are like world class athletes. You need to be in the top form every day you're going into the playing field, every day you're doing something that many people don't, or not able to, or not, or don't have the situation or the ability to do that. You are put in this situation where you are expected to be extraordinary, because the results you are expected to bring is extraordinary. That's why you get the big money, you big investments, and that's why entrepreneurs are seen as people who are creating something from nothing, as people who are encouraging the economy grow. But regardless, there are situations. And so one thing that I've do personally, I've started to do personally, other than using you guys as my therapy session, is that I have started to use AI to help me in those days where I don't feel 100% productive. So, a lot of my tasks are split into different segments. Some of them are content creation, outreach, customer relationship management, investor relationship management, and employee management and product building. So all these tasks are something that require considerable amount of work, time, effort, and creative thinking. But some days, like I said, I don't feel like working. So I have set up systems, AI agents, where either they work towards being the catalyst in giving me ideas that excite me and hence help me get over my brain fog, or I use them as a system where these AI agents can help in reducing a lot of the menial, manual, repetitive tasks that usually take a long time to do. For example, um, relationship management is something that I need to spend a lot of time. I need to reach out to people. If someone posts something on LinkedIn, I typically analyze it and use that as an opportunity to reach out to them. But what if there was a situation where an AI agent could scrub my CRM system? They could scrub LinkedIn and maybe make that connection and make it, or give me prompts to, hey, this person has posted something like this. This may be valuable if you reach out to them, given this context. And if you do it at scale, I think it's you get a superhuman ability to manage relationships with a large number of people, and that is invariably a very, very valuable thing. Same thing with content creation, because obviously there is a long way to go in terms of AI being a great platform to create good content, because when you look at some of the content online, you see that it's clearly AI generated, it's clearly garbage. And I'm still trying to figure out how I can replicate my brain, replicate how I think into a AI system that can, maybe in some days where I don't feel like working, is able to do the work for me. Same thing goes with product development, where if I'm thinking of UI or user experience or user interface, instead of me coming up things from scratch, I can use Lovable or ChatGPT's image generation features, or Gemini's development abilities to come up with prototypes that give me idea and vastly shorten the time which it takes for me to come up with something new. So that's something that I'm working on. If any of you guys have any ideas on how you have used AI to help your life become better, I would love to hear it. And as always, thank you for being an amazing therapist, and thank you for supporting me every step along the way. I am really, really grateful.